What's up, babies? It's your boy, him, Tremayne Labs, aka finally. Tremayne has come back to the show. I am Tremayne the Stone Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I see what's happening here.
Okay.
I see what's happening here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood. I'm in the vibe.
Yeah.
What's going on, baby? What's going on with you?
Josh, a.k.a. Big Nightmare.
Oh, God.
all right.
Oh, God.
Pass.
All right.
That's wild. That's a wild time.
I am Drew, a.k.a. Star Wars.
This guy.
We're going to talk about Star Wars.
We are. In multiple capacities.
In multiple capacities,
okay.
and I am so excited about it.
Rachel, aka Woke Outlaw, apparently.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Woke Outlaw.
Yeah, I'm making fun of people.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
This
okay.
show is too woke for me.
Yeah.
Did I do the intro?
You did. I don't know that you did.
I don't think-
you did an intro.
I did my intro.
You did your intro. I don't know if you introed the show.
Welcome to SydeQuest, a show about games and the people who play them. That's my bet.
It also might be WrestleMania. I'm not
It
sure.
also might be WrestleMania.
We'll see.
WrestleMania is now past.
Okay. Well,
Huh?
2 nights.
Or
2 nights.
somebody just busts through a door.
My chair to the back. 2 nights. I had a good time. I watched both nights. I was there. I was up. I was awake. I was energized. That's a lie. I fell asleep halfway through both nights. I watched highlights
Both
on
times.
Twitter like a normal person.
Okay.
Because 30 hours of wrestling in a weekend is too damn much.
Okay.
All right.
So you had
Fake fan.
you right.
Oh. Damn.
I'm so sorry.
We just talked about this.
I am so sorry.
Did we?
Kind of.
He definitely getting kicked off Minority Minute now.
Oh, for sure. He's gone.
Never
Nope.
happening for you.
He's out.
Go ahead. That's a L.
I apologize.
We don't
But
care.
the highlight of the night or nights, Sunday night, John Cena
Yeah.
broke the record, Ric Flair's record. It is now a 17-time world
Oh,
champion.
no way. Did you know that?
The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, with help from rapper extraordinaire Travis Scott.
Oh, shit.
I don't know why the fuck he was there.
Travis Scott is incredibly unathletic.
Very.
Incredibly. Oh, yeah.
What? He
Have you ever
looked
seen
what?
him
He's
run?
like a cricket.
Oh, yeah. No, that's actually a perfect
He's
description of him.
lanky and worthless. No, I'm kidding. That was wild.
That was wild. Sorry, Travis.
I do like his music. I
Yeah.
will give him that.
His music's great.
His music is kind of fire. But yeah, I was never a celebrity in wrestling fan.
So John Cena and Travis Scott took down the world championship.
This is facts.
Okay.
That's cool. I mean, it's not, John Cena taking it back. That's cool.
I am a fan of heel John Cena. I don't like that he didn't give us anything, even though he said he wouldn't. Cause like you gonna turn into a different character, so to speak, after all these years. Give me something. Still jorts, still the same music, still that dumbass
wristbands?
hat,
Still
the
jorts.
wristbands.
Chain.
No change. That's like 2006 John Cena.
That's probably the last time I watched. So
Yeah.
Damn.
sorry.
Do you think this is like? It's a heel turn, but do you think it was a different character? I
It's
mean,
not
it
a
wasn't
different
playing
character.
it like it was a different character.
It's a heel turn. It's not
Yeah.
a different character.
Yeah.
Which I would say that's the intrigue of it all.
Yeah.
Because usually, heel turn, different music, different gear.
Oh, now I
black.
wear black.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah. Bump that. I'm just upset.
Not as
Same
good as I
dude.
thought it was going to
Yeah.
be.
Is it like
Which is
soap
fine.
opera evil twin vibe?
No, it was
No.
like it
No,
was
I
just-
just mean like it would generally when
Yeah,
twin
yeah.
Oh,
flip.
yeah. Oh, big time,
Like when
big
you
time.
flip.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They grow
Yeah.
a beard.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Everything is black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Throwing
This
a,
was-
maybe throwing a mask.
So that's the typical and this is atypical.
Yeah, this is. I mean, like, I'm a very fair weather wrestling fan.
Okay.
I mean, watched it a lot in the '90s and early 2000s,
Good time.
but like, this is kind of my first recollection of like a heel turn, just straight up being like the story on the heel turn, just being like, you guys talk shit about me.
Yeah. Fuck
Like,
y'all.
I don't know.
Right.
So fuck
I've
you.
been a I can't see me joke
Yeah.
for 20 years.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
I actually
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
I could see all of you.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I was here the
And-
whole time.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, like, I watched after you said, like, "Hey, John Cena's coming back for WrestleMania." He did this like pretty radical, like heel turn, promo, and then those promos. I've been watching those promos, and the whole thing has just straight up been like, I can read and I have ears, and like
You guys are pissing me off.
You guys
are-
piss
y'all
you guys-
are dicks.
You guys piss me off, and I don't need this, so I'm gonna ruin it because you do. like the whole heel, like I mean that was the whole
That's
thing. Because the whole
legit.
thing was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna win WrestleMania, I'm gonna take the belt, and then I'm fucking retiring. So no one can take it.
Is
from
that
me.
how it went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll see
We'll see.
further on.
Yeah.
Like,
It can't be like that, right?
I
there's-
mean, it could. It'd be kind of baller.
It'd be kind of baller. You're like, well, John Cena left.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have
New
to make
championship.
They got to make a new championship. They'd have
That's
to make
hilarious.
a new belt. Like,
So
think
let me
that'd
ask
be
you that.
kinda
I got a
hilarious.
couple questions for you.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. Because I also have, I'm not up with it.
That's fair.
Roman Reigns, what's his, where's he at now?
Roman Reigns, in night 1 of WrestleMania, was in a match with CM Punk, Phil Brooks, Seth Rollins.
why are you dog him like that?
I'm gonna use his government name every time. That is Philip Brooks. And I'm gonna use his government every time.
All right.
Because I don't like him.
Okay.
Phil.
Phil.
I
Phil of the
like
future
I like
head
you,
ass.
Phil. I think you're a cool guy.
He was previously in cahoots, so to speak, with one of the greatest minds in wrestling, Paul Heyman,
Okay.
former founder of ECW. They got bought out by WWE. He still stayed online. Running with Paul Heyman, was champion for 3 years
That's
straight.
what I thought.
3 years straight. Lost it to Cody. Disappeared for a while. Still on with Paul Heyman. CM Punk returns. His beef. Paul Heyman used to be his guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the storyline of that,
They were
Paul
fighting over
Heyman
Paul.
owed CM Punk a favor and used that favor at WrestleMania Saturday to come out with CM Punk instead of Roman. The ending of that match, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman turned on all of them, and now Paul Heyman is Seth Rollins' advocate. It's a lot.
Wow.
Action soap operas.
I
Wild.
mean, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Like,
course.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's the,
Question number
soap
2.
opera
Question
stunt
number
show.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
He's in it, right?
Yes.
Deep in it.
Yeah.
How do we feel about him?
I don't like Logan Paul as a human being. His athleticism and knack for this is off the charts.
I knew.
He is. If Logan Paul would have started wrestling first, he would be one of the greatest to do it. Probably
Wow.
100. He's so young. If YouTube wouldn't have happened, we just didn't touch YouTube and Disney Channel. He just went to a wrestling school. Oh my God.
He'd still be a piece of shit. He would just be a.
He would just
We wouldn't know
we
it.
wouldn't know about
We
it.
just wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Or at least we wouldn't have known about it so early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a knack for it. It's natural ability. Well, he's so
That's what
naturally
I've seen
hateable.
actually through like highlights and stuff.
He's so naturally hateable. He's a great heel. He's so athletic. He got a knack for this. He's liable to do great things.
So you like him- frustrating.
So you like him? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you like him as a wrestler?
That shit's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
Hate him
Like,
as a
this guy
person,
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
However,
However, he's really good at
God,
this.
he's good at that.
That's the whole thing with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get- and I
get
that's
that.
the character. So
Let's
I
not
get that.
act like that's not the whole thing with like all professional sports.
Well, I mean, to a certain degree. Yeah, to
mean-
a certain degree. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, anytime you have a large group of people, you take a cross section of that group of people, so half of them will be pieces of shit, half of them will be whatever, you know?
Sure,
And I mean,
sure.
I think also, like, we also know that, like, with wrestling, you know, a lot of those
a lot of those people, not great.
are not great,
Not great,
behind
yeah.
the scenes, you know, there's a
Historically,
lot.
really.
But
all
there
juiced
are a
up.
lot of them that are, there are, you know, a handful of them that are great, you know?
Yep.
I think the thing that's so frustrating about Logan Paul, and I didn't know we were going to be talking about Logan Paul today, is that, like, he's been good at everything that he's done. That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah, that's annoying.
But just absolutely no chops as a decent human being,
Yeah.
right? Like he's entertaining on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's like.
I mean, he's 6'4", athletic, and very intelligent.
Yeah,
Like,
Also that.
except
He like a fucking super villain.
he is.
Yeah.
He is a
It-
smart guy,
yeah.
but he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah,
He's literally like a super villain.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm good at everything, and I'm just awful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
I think it opens up just like such an interesting can of worms that we don't have to get into right now, but we could, about art versus artist.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
an argument there. for
Like
sure.
and like separating art from artist,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is such a just like for me personally, quickly is a very difficult point for me in fandoms because of things I love and the people that make them that blow. Like
Sure.
I fucking love Neil Gaiman's work, and shit, that sucks, right? Like that's a bummer.
Yeah,
Rowling put out amazing crime novels,
indeed.
and she sucks so bad.
Yeah.
She sucks so bad, and her crime novels are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So like it's an ongoing conundrum for me, specifically that person given my existence is very challenging. But anyway, I just think it's such an interesting conversation on the whole.
I'm gonna take this moment to say, fuck Neil Gaiman.
Yep.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
No, I can't argue with that at all. No, never. No.
Yeah. Those. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough. That was enough.
That was enough. Yeah.
That
was
speaks
enough.
for itself,
It
for
speaks
sure.
for itself, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm unfortunately very close to that one.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah. I think with all of those things, like, you don't have to separate. You don't have to separate the art from the artist to still recognize, like we just did, like they're good, like they're good,
Yeah.
right? Like Rowling's a indisputably phenomenal art author,
Right.
right? I mean, like
Yeah,
Harry Potter speaks for itself. The pseudonym work speaks for itself. Like it's all like it's good, right?
Yep.
Like it's good stuff written by a bad person.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I believe holistically and all that, but a person who's doing bad things right now.
Right.
Right. And that's that. Both things can be true.
Sure.
Right.
No,
and
absolutely.
we don't have to we don't have to sit there and say like everything they created is garbage because of it.
Right.
But at the same time, we are always, we're always put up against the juxtaposition living in like a capitalistic
A consumer world,
a
yep.
consumer world of it's like,
Do you want to give him your money?
do I want to give
Yep.
them my money?
It's
Right?
fucking
Like,
tough.
how do I consume this without giving? And do you want to give that person further platform to then spread
I
on to
know.
their next thing until? I mean, not like, and we probably should move away from it because this could get like overtly.
this could be a long one.
It could be a long one.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, we're kind of looking at that in the American political landscape right now with the fucking biggest heel turn of them all. like,
It was all a ploy.
I mean, I don't like.
No, it's wild. It's just so
you know.
like the landscape on the whole of all of that is wild,
Right.
And
Yeah.
and navigating it as people who are, to your point, put in a position where they have to consume.
Yeah,
Where do you where do you build your lines in the sand? I
Right.
guess is the question, right? And like, it's so hard to navigate because like I don't know, I'm just somebody who's just here doing their best. I'm just trying my best,
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how we all sometimes feel. Like I'm just out here doing what I can to get by, and I like the things I like. I don't know, I don't want to hurt anybody, but damn,
Right.
and that's tough.
Yeah,
That's tough. That's all.
It is, and I think at the end of the day, the question, all that stuff comes down to is where is your line? Where's your personal line in the
Right.
sand? I don't know that there's a right or a wrong answer. Like, we got to navigate the world, and it's it's like the Chick-fil-A sandwich argument. It's the, you know, it's always been present, and it does feel worse when it's associated with art because it's
Right.
like, man, like it's just art. Like it's art. You were supposed to just be cool.
Right, yeah.
I was supposed to just enjoy
you
and
made
go
this
about my day.
artistic product for consumption that I was supposed to just enjoy and walk away.
Yeah.
And then you had to talk.
Yeah, and that's you hear that all the time, and you hear it from people that maybe I politically or socially disagree with, right? Where they're like, "Shut up and just make the music," right?
Right.
And it's like, and for me, that's what draws me to art. That's what draws me to creation. Like, if you go through whatever genre and ask me who my favorite band in that genre is going to be, I'm probably going to pick the most like socio-politically outspoken band in that genre, right?
Right,
Like, and because it draws me to it, and yes, I'm drawn to the bands that make me think, and most of them have always changed my mind, and that's what draws me to them the most.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm not in any way saying like keep your politics or keep your thoughts or keep your ideas out of them, but I'm also universally commiserating and empathizing even with people that I disagree with when you love something and someone opens their mouth and you're like, oh, now I hate everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? And I get it. That's a tough position. And then also as an artist, when you create something and put it out into the world, we talked about this, like how much ownership do you have of it anymore?
Right.
And the rest of us just kind of go like, hey, Republican lady, I don't think you understand why Rage Against the Machine existed. You know, but for those people, like the song meant a different thing.
And okie dokie.
And
that's
okie
good.
dokie.
And that's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's weird. It's gross.
It's a weird,
So
weird spot to be.
Fuck Neil Gaiman.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was damn.
Damn.
So
Did you have any
Logan
more
Paul.
questions?
No, I'm done.
But those were the takeaways I took from it. New WWE World Champion and John Cena.
That's cool.
The last.
Potentially. Jey Uso beat Gunther and his new WWE champion. Their 2 championships. That was all that I took away from it. It was just kind of a WrestleMania. It felt like the build to this was kind of loose. And that's neither here nor there.
They
on
can't
bigger
all
news,
be bangers.
They can't all be bangers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They kind of blew their load at WrestleMania 40 last year.
Okay.
On another note, what I am excited about, 4-0 Joe, that's me.
Oh, that did happen. Hell yeah.
That's me.
Oh shit.
4-0 Joe.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That list is definitely going to
Secret. We had a secret AKA. It was 4-0 Joe over here.
4-0 Joe.
Tell the people what that means.
I went 4-0 at
Yeah.
our Saturday League play with my deck that I'm not going to describe what it is at all because it's definitely going till Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was. I know it like the back of my hand. It was so good.
It was nasty.
It was nasty.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nasty
You looked
work.
happy when I came down here.
In your
and I was
4-0,
happy to
how many
see
games did you drop?
0. What?
They're best of 3, right?
No. Pokemon League play is best of 1.
Oh, best of 1.
Yeah.
Best of 1.
That's why we'd leave here.
How many
early
times
instead of
were you on the
Lorcana
play or the
people.
draw?
What?
How many times were you on the play? How many times were you on the draw?
Are you speaking English?
How many times were you on the play? How many times were you on the draw? How many times did you go first or second?
I don't remember.
Okay.
That's a Lorcana.
That's more of a us
term.
thing.
How many times did you go first? How many times did you go second?
There you go.
Yeah,
On your
better way to ask
when
that
you go
question.
second, you get to draw or no?
You always
You
get
get to draw every time.
And when you go first, you get to
You
draw?
played pre-release.
How many times were you on the draw and how many times were you on the draw?
Okay. 4-0 Joe. Moving on. But yeah, that deck feels great. I am ignoring what Josh said because I didn't understand it.
He wants to know how many times did you start the match going first versus how many times you start the match going second, which does not have the same indicators in Pokemon that it does in Lorcana.
I don't know the answer to your question
Yeah, I don't
because I
play
don't
Pokemon.
remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
4-0 is all that matters.
Yeah.
And the
I mean,
particular deck that he's playing doesn't actually care that much.
No.
That's cool.
I can do either.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dope.
There's an advantage to it going first, which is just that you're kind of ahead in energy acceleration.
And there's an advantage in going second.
And there's an advantage going second, which is usually a faster setup.
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rad. That was rad to watch because that's really the first weekend I remember outside of like the weekend in, weekend out of different Serenas,
Yeah.
which, you know, we're not going to talk about her. But this is the first time that you've like had a list. You've been on it for like 2+ weeks now.
Yep.
Of just like dialing it in, and then you brought it to League and it showed, right? You saw a lot of different matchups, some mirror matchups, some weird matchups, and it's cool.
It
was
felt
cool
good.
to see.
It felt good.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But that was all I had this week. It's been a lot of Pokemon, been a lot of wrestling.
Nice.
P's and W's, if you will.
Cool.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Josh, what's going on with you, big dog?
Big Nightmare played a bunch of Little Nightmares.
Okay.
That game is
1
so
and
good.
2.
I haven't gotten to 2 yet. I'm
Okay.
working my way all the way through 1. I was sick this weekend. So I just
Bum.
kind of laid on the couch and played on my Switch.
Nice.
And Little Nightmare. It's so free. Have you guys played? Anybody other than me?
No, I don't.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And it legitimately looks interesting from like.
I think that you would like it.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think that you would like it.
All right.
It's got
I don't
mildly,
think you would like it.
It's got like mildly Inside vibes. Not
I
like
played
heavily, but-
Inside.
Yeah. You would like Inside if you like Little Nightmares.
It's so freaking good, man.
Yeah.
I loved Inside.
Yeah.
Inside scared the shit out of
So
me from time to
I would
time,
probably like Little Nightmares then.
Yeah, it's
Inside
tough.
spooky.
I do have a complaint about the game though.
Yeah.
The load,
Okay.
like the reload screen after you. Okay, so it's essentially it's a puzzle game. You're not actually solving puzzles, but you're figuring out how to get past certain points in the game.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Inside.
Yeah. He says, having never played
Yeah.
before.
but it is.
You
Yeah.
get caught or fall to your death or whatever.
Yes, okay.
So
Often.
like Inside?
It's like Inside. Yeah, it happens. It happens often, right? The reload screen on it. It takes so long.
Oh, that is.
I wonder if that's a Switch problem.
It could be.
I think that's what it is.
It could be.
Or not, maybe not even a Switch problem, but a Switch optimization problem.
It could be.
probably
Man,
better
it
on
takes
the
so
Switch,
long.
too.
And like, I'll be at a point, it's like, you take like 10 steps and like, you're having to weave in and out of these things and you die. Reload screen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough.
15 seconds.
Funny enough, Inside had a very similar problem being on. Was it series one? God, the
Series
dystopian
X.
naming convention of where Xbox is at.
It
Series
is wild time.
S versus Series
X.
X.
Yeah.
Is where
S
we're
is
at now.
diskless. S is the big fucking fridge.
Last generation, we were at the 1S and the 1X, and those were where they were like wildly different hardware, right? Yeah. Okay. So Inside had a very similar problem. Like on the X, it was fast. You could play it. On the S, it was like
So bad.
like you die, and it would be like
That's brutal.
and people were like, "This game's unplayable," and everybody on the X was like, "It's great. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
So-
which is yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. It's fun. Simple mechanics and stuff, but like requires quite a bit of strategy. It
does sound like I would like it.
You would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You would
peeked,
for sure.
I peeked at it after you were recommending it last
Yeah.
week, and I was like, oh, this is heavy Inside vibes, and I loved Inside. So
Yeah.
it's suspenseful. Maybe scary is not the right.
Yeah,
but
it's like- it's not
suspenseful
scary.
Yeah, because I
in the
mean,
sense-
jump scares. I'm gonna throw the remote at my TV.
There is a few jump
I'm
scares.
guess what's gonna happen.
But I
TVs are
mean,
expensive.
Yeah.
you
But
know,
it's- I'm
the
just gonna fly
bosses
out.
are kind of
Yeah.
they do have like bosses that you
That
have to
is
get
what's gonna
past
happen.
in certain arenas and stuff. So it's cool. Yeah.
No, I bet I would like it. I mean,
Yeah.
I can try and throw my controller behind me instead. We'll
So
see how
what we're
that-
saying is,
Throw it down.
Yeah, throw
we
it down,
all
just down.
enjoyed Inside, and we would probably also all enjoy Little Nightmare.
Yeah, we might come back and play some.
I don't know.
Some Little Nightmares.
Okay.
And then maybe
The
you'll
third
play
one's
Inside
coming out
and
in June, I believe.
June.
So yeah.
We'll fact check that.
Okay.
Yeah, fact check that. Fact check that.
We
Jamie?
literally won't.
Yeah.
Second piece of stuffs that I did was develop a new kind of anti-meta Lorcana deck that I have yet to lose a best of 3 in.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of rolling with it. It was horrible when Hiram still existed. Because the whole point of it is like to discard and board wipe, because you have certain mechanics that you can just dump their entire board. But Hiram allowed people to just keep their hand too big, and then once they would get like a be prepared out or something like that, you just lost.
Yeah.
It's that gross green one.
It's not green steel.
Yeah.
It's green yellow. It's foul. It is so good.
Oh,
And-
did you do something? Get rid of cards.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you're existing while I'm playing you?
Yeah, get rid
Dump
of
your
that.
fucking hand.
yes.
Yeah.
So there was
take a
there
breath?
was a turn where I was
Discard that.
playing someone. There was a turn where I was playing someone, and I had a Big Diablo on the board, an Ursula on the board, and a Prince John on the board. Okay,
That's a wild
all in one turn. I sang Bare Necessities and got rid of a song.
Right.
I played Sudden Chill with Ursula
Can
and
anyone
got
see
rid of
how
a
upset
card.
I am right now?
And then played You Have Forgotten Me and had them discard. They discarded 4 cards in one turn, and I drew 4. Okay, unfair.
Lurched across the table.
Game. Yeah, they called me a bunch of bad names and then quit.
Because we're friends, I would strangle you.
Yes, and I would expect that. But
That's fair.
yeah, so I think that I'll probably just kind of roll with it. I played against, Mr. Blurple or whatever, but I played against Blue Purple with this deck like 4 times. You can't beat it. You literally cannot beat it. I teched for it. I tried. You can't beat it. So once I find a deck that I am unable to beat, let's see how this thing operates against whatever else. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, that's what I did
Interesting.
this weekend and this
Wow.
week. Yep, it was a
Okay.
good time.
All right.
Here's the thing about
I hate that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm happy
that's
for you.
fair. Here's what
Just don't
I
play
made.
it.
I made a face during that speaking. Sound like the wildest Disney movie I've ever.
You play, you sing Bare Necessities, okay? Mowgli
Ursula,
sings Bare
Diablo,
Diablo sings
Prince
Bare
John.
Necessities. Ursula sings Sudden Chill.
And then sings it again.
Sound like a
DeVille
Disney
song,
acid
Cruella
trip.
DeVille song.
Man.
Yeah, that sounds foul.
That sound like a wild
Disney stuff.
Yeah.
This is
That's
a
what's
Disney
happening.
amalgamation of shit,
Yeah, good time.
and I respect that.
Thank you.
Anything
cool.
else for us, Big
Yeah,
Dog?
that's super cool.
That's it.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Moving
All
on.
right. All right.
Big Dog Drew.
Uh-oh.
What's up with you? That's a bar. That's a bar.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry I missed it. I didn't
would've.
see you.
I would have.
I didn't see. Man. Why are you guys acting
To
like I
my
snubbed
right,
him?
you got to be quick.
Why are you acting like I snubbed him on purpose? I can't take.
To my right, you got to be quick.
We'll let the people
Like,
decide.
I'm,
We'll let the people decide.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I'm quick.
all right.
You weren't there for me.
I'm really sorry. Please don't look at me like that.
Mr. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I can't
Yes.
take it.
Yeah, Star Wars. Before we go into Star Wars, because I want to talk about Star Wars for a long time, and I don't want to talk about this next part for very long. Switch 2.
Okay.
To yesterday, the 18th. That would have been Friday.
Yeah.
Nintendo of America dropped a press release finally giving us an actual pre-release date, since we talked about it last time that we didn't have one.
This is true.
It's April 24th.
Yep.
That's Friday.
That is this Friday, and I don't know what we're supposed to do with that information yet, but we'll figure it out. And they confirmed that they would not be changing, or is it Thursday?
That's a Thursday.
That might be a Thursday.
Is that a Thursday?
That's not a Friday. That's a
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, because today's the 21st, so
Yep,
4 days
it's a
from now.
Thursday.
Yeah. Uh-oh, now people know. Shit. By the time this is out, this is non-pertinent information.
It will be worth it.
It will be worth it. Yeah. So the interesting components that is pertinent information the day that this comes out. They've only guaranteed the price will stay the same during this pre-order window. So, and they already adjusted the price on all of the accessories. So everything's more, up.
We
They
up?
But the console's still $450.
for
Wallet down.
pre-order. The console's
Wallet
$450.
very down.
and the bundle is still $499.
Okay. How much is the Piranha camera?
Well, it's a different company.
I was saying, it's not listed at all on the Nintendo site.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's exclusive to your friend from high school's mom's basement.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the only place you can get it. I'm pretty sure.
I've been there before.
In the trash.
In the trash.
Dusty as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cobwebs.
Get that 480p. Yeah.
Hella
So,
streamers.
so the announcement starts with the good news. Hey, we understand that you guys have been waiting for a thing. We're sorry that the thing. Here's the
Here's the thing.
date.
Yeah.
And then the middle paragraph is where all the meat is the meat. They got a compliment sandwich, and the meat is not good. The meat is rotten.
They've been taking managerial classes.
The meat is like, however, all the accessory prices are going up.
Contains the tiers of the marketing team.
And yeah, and then also the price of the consoles will be subject to market after release. Will be subject to market conditions, and which is code for.
Well, we don't know.
We'll eat a little bit on these pre-release units because we don't want the optics of how terrible that would look. But, these things are going to be more expensive than we said they were.
Yeah.
At least that's the way it reads to me. There's no reason to have that gigantic asterisk unless you at least feel very strongly that that's where you'll be looking at.
It at minimum, in my mind's eye, at minimum denotes uncertainty.
Right.
Like
For sure.
at the bare minimum, we know they are uncertain to what degree it will increase in cost.
100%.
Yeah.
They don't know.
I mean, it could stay the same. It could.
It could.
It could.
I think if they were any degree of certain that it could stay the same, they would have just said it will not be changing. Right. Like there's no reason for the vaguity of saying like, and like vagary, I think is the vagary.
Vagabond.
The vagabond. There we go.
Vegemite.
Nailed it. First
No.
try.
Vegemite.
Vegemite.
That's the word we wanted.
Thank we got there. There's no reason for the Vegemite of
The price.
the price.
Salty.
Or like putting a giant asterisk on when the price will be the price. If you've got an 85, 90% certainty that you can get away with it for a while and then because long term the price will go down, right? Like long term it will get cheaper and cheaper for them to make these. And so they know that's the tails that they would be on in normal circumstances. So if you were certain that it wasn't going to cost you more to get them in, you'd go, all right, profit margins will be down because we've already announced the price and we're dealing with this, but we can deal with it because we'll pass that bell curve just 8 months later or 9 months later than we thought we were going to.
Right.
I think they're looking at it and going like, we announced the pre-orders, we announced the price for pre-orders. Can we get away with saying the price is guaranteed for pre-orders?
Yeah.
And yay. So that's a rough one. Still excited, still gonna try my absolute ass off to get a pre-order and some Mario Karts. Pre-order or two.
Mario Karts?
Huh? Well, yeah, I guess Mario Kart. I only have to get one Mario Kart. But I do need more than one Switch in my household.
They switched up there.
3. And
3?
then my birthday's coming up.
Your birthday just passed.
Wow.
So did mine, but
Okay.
We're back to that.
All right. I don't feel like I'm buying anybody birthday presents ever.
You're ruining my life.
Shut up, you're ruining this.
Yeah. Also, I did play way more Risk of Rain 2. That game has got its hooks in me big time.
Nice.
It's really good. The multiplayer of it is really, really good. It does. I like toe dipped back again. And go, did I miss something the first time? It's not for me. Solo player.
Really?
It's just not for me. Single player. But man, the synergy of the different characters and how they work and getting different builds and that is just really, really fun.
That's cool.
I've beaten the boss at the lowest difficulty. With almost every character now, which has really been really cool because we're kind of like cycling out, and so we've just now started to talk about like, are we gonna up it from drizzle, like
that's fucking
all
cute.
the
That's
difficulties are.
Can I guess the hardest one?
You can, but I won't be able to answer it. So this will be a fun. No, go for it. Guess the hardest one.
Are they rain based or water based?
They're the three that I know about are rain based.
Torrential downpour.
I was thinking monsoon.
I'm thinking monsoon
Yeah, probably.
or tsunami.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Also, had sob as an idea.
Okay, Sob.
That was
That
more
would be
crying.
one.
That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah, crying based.
Crying based. Gauge your
Crying
volume
on
of
my
tears.
Not bad.
But that's been really good. That's really fun. Me and my buddy Joe have been playing it a lot, just as two players.
Is it 4-0, Joe?
Who's this Joe guy?
It's not 4-0 Joe.
Here we go.
Joe Deaton. But
Never heard of him.
There was an opportunity for Joe Mama there.
He
really
and I
was.
missed it.
He doesn't
I
live
missed it by
around
the
here. But
Don't worry.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
He's your girlfriend from another school.
Actually, today is his birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Joe.
Joe.
Drew's gonna buy
Happy
you a
birthday,
Switch.
Joe.
But yeah,
Buying
so we've been playing a bunch, and we were consistently having the same problem in all of our runs, where right at the moment where we were like, we are fucking untouchable. We would both die.
Squash? Yeah.
We would both die. Like,
That's hilarious.
We'd
That's
be like,
really funny.
we'd have this build. We'd be like, oh man, we're doing so. And like
Can't
one of
stop
us
me
would
now.
out loud say, like, dude.
Can't
this
say that.
runs
Can't lose now.
This runs in the bag. And
You can't be saying that
or
shit.
We're both online, and then it's just like bam, bam. So yeah,
If
like-
there's
that's like-
anything
that's
my
like as soon
online
as-
play of
Yeah.
anything in
Never
Souls has
say
taught
that.
me.
I was gonna say
You
that's as
cannot
soon as you
fucking
get the
say.
ray gun when you're playing zombies, you're like, I'm
dog.
fucking touchable now.
And then,
Boom.
yeah.
then boom.
One of those crawlers that you don't see
Yeah.
gets you.
You never see him.
There's literally
Everybody
some
ankles.
gremlin inside of the computers that's listening. To
Oh,
us.
you
They
think?
go- Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the equivalent of destroying an Elden Ring boss and then turning around and like a random just comes up and toast. Bye.
Literally every time, exactly that.
Yeah.
Just melt a boss and then like one ad that is left over just like flicks you in the back of
Yep.
the ear and
Bye.
you evaporate.
Yep.
You're like, wait, what?
Where'd you even come from?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's been
no.
really good.
Can't do that.
And then we just had Star Wars Celebration 2025 Japan happen. And I'm so excited.
Okay.
For the uninitiated, what is
Yeah.
that?
So Celebration is a annual convention hosted by like Star Wars. Used to be hosted by like Luke. It used to be a fan organized thing. Then Lucas kind of took it over, and then it's now continues to be hosted by Disney every
Okay.
year.
Where they
it's just-
celebrate Star Wars.
Where they celebrate Star Wars.
So. Context clues.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
And I don't know if you're mad about you're mad about that. You're mad about people celebrating Star Wars, or that he outlined it so awfully.
Is he dismissed or?
I don't want to.
All right. We'll let that one
hard
go.
to do it. You,
Okay,
okay,
sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you got it.
I'm sorry.
So I'll get the bad out of the way. The bad for me.
There's bad in Star Wars.
There is bad in Star Wars, and there's some bad about this particular.
Is it like
Star
a
Wars
convention
celebration.
basically?
It's a
Where do they announce things that are coming?
It's
and-
Comic-Con for Star Wars.
Okay.
Right, so like they've got panels, they've got they've got all that stuff. There's art floors. I've many years back now, probably 2012. So however many years ago that was. Which don't say it out loud.
13.
I just said don't say it out loud.
13.
Worked in the there's a small section of it that's like Star Wars licensed tattoo artists.
that's
I
cool.
worked in that section at that convention. And it's really cool. So it's just all things Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And this year, we were pretty light on like actual trailers, right, to come out of it. And so like there's a ton to be excited about, like in theory, but it's not as heavy hitting as like maybe some other celebrations have been. Like, I mean, obviously there's celebrations where you get the initial trailer for like one of the movies that's coming out or something like that. This year, though, it was like just announcement after announcement after announcement, but the bad is that they did undo all of those announcements as teaser trailers with zero like content shot for those things. So it's like a logo reveal trailer, like over and over and over
That's
again.
lame.
Yeah, that's a big sad.
And it was, and
That's
so
like
Every one of those you go into, you're like,
yes, yeah, and it's
then
like
she's-
okay,
That's
and it's just
almost
like,
as disrespectful as a 5-hour loop of chairs. or something.
It is almost as disrespectful as some chairs that at least was actual footage and not just a logo treatment for the title of a show. Where did my phone go? Because I had my notes on here, and oh no, it's all over here. Wow, that was so fast. Nobody knew it happened.
just for context, his phone
We
was
all saw that.
his phone was a half a mile from this table.
No.
Thank you. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that was
but-
fast. That was fast.
This is how you know they're best friends. Because I'll say that shit was right there.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so I did have like some stuff though that was exciting, even just from the announcement standpoint. Dave Filoni is lead directing a Darth Maul focused show.
Yep.
I mean,
Animated?
Animated.
I wish it wasn't.
Really?
It's the same dude. It's the same group, same people that did like Clone Wars, Rebels,
Okay.
all the Tales of stuff
Yeah.
that we've been getting. So obviously
Tons of success.
tons of success, tons of high quality stuff.
Yeah.
And this is so Rebels. I think Rebels has some of the most compelling Darth Maul content in it. Makes Darth Maul one of as interesting as Darth Maul is in anything. And I'm gonna spoil the show because it's been out for 10 years now.
but I've never seen it.
Okay. There is the episode Twin Suns in season 3 has one of the best lightsaber fight scenes and one of the most emotional deaths of characters. How about that? Okay, we good? Deaths of characters in it in a
I didn't
really
hear you
cool
anyway.
way.
I heard
All
all
right,
of that.
Good. Good.
Who dies?
Huh?
Who dies?
Darth Maul. I did it.
Dude, I watched him get cut in half. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, this time you watch him get actually killed.
Oh, okay.
And so, but
As a-
I am
as a Dragon Ball Z fan, used to it.
yeah, used to it. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to see this character that I think like started for everybody as like, man, that guy looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really turned into like a compelling person inside of Star Wars, you know, because like after obviously being cut in half and surviving and all that sort of stuff, he effectively becomes like a like religious fanatic, you know, like he doesn't believe that the Sith that are surpassing him are real, right? And in any real way. So he's like trying to create his own Sith order and all this sort of stuff. And it's interesting. And
Yeah.
the way that he goes about it is compelling and it's very, very cool. So I'm very excited for that. We also saw, which I was I think was like pretty interesting and emotional, at least for like people that are heavily invested in Star Wars, or maybe perhaps that were just invested in kind of like celebrity death stuff. We saw Rory McCann as Balin Skrull. So they did show like set footage or like test footage of him. That is from Ahsoka season 1. Balin Skrull was a character that was introduced, and oh my gosh, Rey. Last name's escaping me.
Charles.
No, it's not. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
No, it's gonna kill me.
okay, I'll look it up. You keep going.
Ray Stevenson. I'm sorry. Got it. Ray Stevenson. He portrayed this character, Balin Skrull, and he did it phenomenally. And then unceremoniously passed after the series was was finished and shot. But the character did not.
Yeah.
And he just created this emotional and compelling not villain, but like gray character. He's certainly filling a villainous role to speak, but that you just cared about and like almost want to see be successful and want to understand. And so a lot of people are like, well, oh man, like that's such a compelling story, character arc. What are we going to do with that, right? And it's live action, so it's not like you can just find a voice actor,
Right?
You know. And this is a continuation of a lot of the Rebels story that Dave Filoni told in animation,
Right.
And it's like, oh my god, like this is the first big Dave Filoni. These are Dave Filoni's characters.
Yeah.
And then you lose the actor that breathed life into this character.
That's a big. That's a tough turnaround.
Yeah, and so everybody was just like, what are they going to do? They're going to write him off. They're going to, kill him off screen. Are they going to do an animated series that like where they can get somebody close? And so they announced and showed Rory McCann and Rory McCann is the dude who plays the Hound in Game of Thrones. And so both of these are like big actors that like they both have commanding physical presence. Ray Stevenson did, and so it clicks. It makes sense. The visuals that they showed really showed that he's got it, and then they did like a question and answer of like, like what's the purpose and what's the point? He's like, just to do it justice. Like the goal here is just to do it justice. And I do think that they found somebody who's got range. Like he really does.
Yeah.
And even the correlation in between the Hound and Balin Scroll, like Balin is to me, and I was like, as I thought about it more, Balin is like the Hound in so many ways. If the Hound was like posh.
Oh.
Like the Hound's whole thing was like was just being of like, of lower status and of lower, and Balin is coming from one of the highest statuses, right? He's like a former Jedi and all this sort of stuff. And so like, but they act in very similar ways in the universe. They are not good characters, right? They're not people that are concerned with being perceived as good.
Right.
But they are trying to do the right thing as they perceive it.
Right.
And so I think it's going to be a realm that he can work in. I think it's going to be, and it's exciting because of how well executed that character was, where the story left him, and the fact that we're going to like get to see that.
Yeah.
And then we got like a bunch of like just like fired off announcements. Ryan Gosling is going to be starring a Star Wars movie called Starfighter.
Starfighter.
Star La Land?
Star La
Land, yeah.
Star La Land.
It's got Emma Stone too.
So that could be cool. I like Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling is a phenomenal actor.
Yeah. I really like him as an actor and the stuff that he does. So,
You ever seen Fall Guy?
That's recent.
Yeah,
that's recent. Driver. was phenomenal.
It's really good.
Notebook.
Yeah. Saving Private Ryan. You mean Saving
Blue
Private
Valentine?
Ryan?
Yeah.
Anybody seen Blue Valentine?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, what a movie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, yeah, I mean, and so I mean that's exciting. It's nothing more than an announcement and like
super exciting.
Again, no visuals. And then EA announced a new Star Wars game, Zero Squad.
It's like a tactical game.
It's a turn-based tactical game called Zero Squadron.
Ah shit, I already forget.
It's not Zero Dark 30.
No.
I didn't write the note. I didn't write it in my notes. Let me look at this article real quick, see if I can. Nah, fuck it.
Zero Company.
Zero Company. There you go. Takes place during Clone Wars.
Yep.
Which is like one of my favorite eras of all of Star Wars. Takes place, I guess, at the tail end of Clone Wars, and it follows like a squad of people that are just like effectively outcasts from effectively everything, and it seems like kind of an Expendables situation where they're being sent on missions.
Gameplay looks out of the box for me as a player, but enough. I mean,
It's Star Wars.
Well, there's that, but
gonna
it's
play.
It actually looks like a game for my wife. That is like the turn-based things, the heavy strategy, thinking like 14 turns ahead of how to execute.
Yeah.
An XCOM like, or maybe like Mario Rabbids.
Yeah, it reminds me
was
of Rabbids, frankly.
very similar.
She's gonna squash it. She's gonna be really good at it, and I'm gonna
yeah.
watch her
you
and
put
be
your
like,
squad together. They're
Good
good
job,
at certain
honey.
things. You level them up. It looks exciting for me from just like a visuals. Like,
Yeah, it looks
I
very
get to
cool.
I get to put a Jedi, a clone commander, a Mandalorian, and a droid, like all on the same team, and go like shoot the Star
Go
Wars
do it.
lasers.
do a Star Wars.
Do a Star Wars.
Is it? You said closer, similar to like XCOM. Is it small scale like that? Like, are you only doing a handful of characters, or is it like, for example, like Halo Wars, where it's like a map?
No, I don't think it's an
No.
RTS. It's not gonna be like it's XCOM. Like you're moving the character, and that character's got specific abilities. You're gonna set them to sniper or Overwatch or any of those different
Yep.
things, and they'll be good at specific types of interactions and not as good. So it's about tactically positioning yourself so that when you say go, kind of that. What's evolved in other realms is like battle chess or something like that.
Yeah.
But this is, I think, more turn-based.
Yeah.
I think they've announced that this one's turn-based. I don't know if I assume that there will be characters that you unlock along the way that join Zero
I'm sure.
Company. It'd be probably weird to be like, these are the 5 and just deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe, it looks exciting for me because I like those, and this one is a Star Wars one, and so
So here's my
yeah,
wallet.
and
And
on that side, I have not been like unabashedly, I don't think that everything that EA has done in the Star Wars universe has been great.
no.
But they've done enough that has been good that I'm excited for. So
Yeah.
that could be really cool. And then last is Hayden Christensen's getting ready. They've announced he's coming back for season 2 of Ahsoka as well.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
As he's going to be playing Anakin Skywalker some more.
Who's Anakin Skywalker?
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bait.
It's bait?
There are people who've never seen Star Wars.
Anakin's okay. I will
Are you
do
being
it.
sincere?
I will do it sincerely. I will do it sincerely. For the uninitiated, Anakin Skywalker.
Let me do it.
Okay.
Who's that, sir?
Anakin Skywalker is the Jedi Knight who falls to the dark side and becomes Darth Vader. Luke Skywalker's father.
Because he's got the low ground.
It is because he has the low ground. Yeah.
Why would you spoil it like that?
I don't think that. I don't think that 25
This movie
year old
came out
It was
before.
bait. See,
This
it was
movie
bait.
came
I
out
fucking
before you
told
were
you it was
alive.
bait.
You,
I fucking told you it was bait. You sweet, sweet baby. I told you.
It's just the Mad Max. That's bait. Damn it. I really like Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker in Ahsoka.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know a lot, but I know Order like 66 exists. Where does Ahsoka takes place in that?
Ahsoka takes place during the Mandoverse, which is after the fall of the Empire. So this is after Darth Vader is dead. Darth Vader has existed. Order 66 has occurred. Anakin Skywalker has turned to the dark side, become Darth Vader, killed all the younglings, done awful, awful shit.
Had the low ground.
Done some murder.
Had the low ground. Did a murder or 400.
Or 400, yeah.
Force choke some people.
Force choke some people.
Sound like my kind of character.
And then
That's not even a joke.
through empathy and connection with his son, as a last action, finds his way back to himself and kills the Emperor and then dies. And in Ahsoka, Ahsoka. Oh no, I'm stuck.
He's breaking.
was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. So during the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker trained Ahsoka Tano to become a Jedi. And so in the show Ahsoka, she is having Force visions that she is not certain whether or not are real or not for quite a while of Anakin Skywalker. And all of those interactions have happened in the animated show up until the television show.
Right.
And Hayden Christensen was not historically well received as Anakin Skywalker, and nor was his portrayal historically well received as
That's probably because he did a terrible job.
it wasn't it.
I mean, the acting was really bad.
Well,
So is the direction.
the direction.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's what
I'm not
we.
gonna argue with that.
Well, and
Well,
I mean,
no, I mean, I've seen the movies
Yeah.
probably 3 times each.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not sitting here going to say that like.
Oh, I'm not-
that
yeah.
I like those movies.
No,
I do not.
no, I hate them.
But what has been nice is like from a human connection
They could have
standpoint.
been so good.
Outside of those movies, you have somebody who put a lot into becoming a character that has followed him for 20 some years now, 26 years now. And he finally got to revisit that character and show people that like he cared, that he could do it well, that he could bring the wit and and everything that people had loved or expected to love about that character to it, and he knocked it out of the park.
Cool.
He's
That's
so
that's
good at
for
it.
him.
He's so good in Ahsoka, and so that he gets to come back and do that. And,
Yeah.
and you know,
It's his comeback for sure. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's just a proof of ability in the first place.
yeah,
In my opinion,
Yeah.
I have strong feelings about the prequels. Surprise,
Yeah.
that are not popular in some crowds.
yeah. Okay.
What crowds?
Oh, plenty
Who liked those movies?
of people.
Oh, a lot of people.
Plenty of people love
Interesting.
those movies.
I mean, they're entertaining, you know, like they're Star Wars movies that you're gonna watch.
I won't watch them.
Did you?
Yes,
Okay. How many times?
multiple.
Okay,
As
so
a-
you did watch them.
Oh yes,
Trying. Force fed.
yeah. I was trying to like them over and over and over again. But yeah, anyway, I think that was a really great opportunity. I think this iteration of Haydenson is the one that could have always existed.
I think so too.
But
I think he
that's-
has the chops. I think that's what he's proving.
And I
through
think
this.
that exactly.
And I think that's why it hits really well for fans to have an announcement that says like he's coming back for season 2. You're going to get to see more of that, and because it was.
I mean, it's had to have been tough for him, right? That's a defining role that follows you forever.
Forever.
Yeah,
the
forever.
franchise is too big for it not to.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
cool that he was able to kind of reprise his role and do a better job.
And for that character to have an enormous more amount of screen time in the animated version and be beloved as a character, and it's not necessarily the one that you got to portray, right?
God,
They gave it
I would
depth and-
argue that it's more difficult to bring a character to life in animation with just your voice than it is with maybe not.
I don't think you can say one way or the other. I think
As
voice
those
acting-
words were coming out of my mouth, I
Yeah.
disagreed with myself. So
Well, I mean, I think voice acting and voice acting and acting are very different skill sets.
Yep.
But I don't think you can say one is different than the other. And without Ron being here, I'm not going to talk about the difficulties of voice acting any more than that. I think.
Yeah.
But like,
shout out to Ron.
shout out to Ron.
Always.
Shout out to Ron.
Big ups, stay up, player.
Yeah. And so now I'm sad. Anakin Skywalker
Yes.
got a
Welcome
better
back.
treatment in the animated, and more depth and more love and more compassion and more layers, and fans fell in love with Anakin Skywalker during that. So much so that as much as I do not think the prequel movies on their own are good, I can actively watch episode 3 now and enjoy my time with it because of the emotional baggage I'm bringing into it
That's fair.
from the Clone Wars.
I can take episode 3.
And it's not because standalone it functions at that level, but because I have connected with that character, all of the growth that I've seen happen in the Clone Wars
Yeah.
and that version of Anakin, and then it carries over and it gives you weight to episode 3.
Yeah.
I
So
should really watch the Clone Wars. I should really watch the Clone Wars.
you should.
You should.
You should. You can skip like most of season 1 and season 2, but you got once season 3 kicks in, it's full on from there. So it's really great to see Hayden Christensen be able to step back into that role and be that character that's had his likeness, right, for all these years, and to show people like, I care about this, I can do this,
Yeah.
I can do
Yep.
it really, really well,
Indeed.
and to see it live on, and I think he tells a really wonderful story that you should look up about like the difference in between how he felt like with his kids with an action figure of Anakin Skywalker before this and now.
That's funny. That'd be interesting to watch for sure.
And so it's really cool.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it for me that knocked it out of the park. It was a light. I can admit that it was a light, and I think that everything that everybody was upset about with the teaser trailers is totally fucking valid, because every time I booted one of those YouTube videos up and I was like, let's go, and then I was like, nah.
Never mind.
Oh, boom.
Are we getting a Mace Windu show yet?
No, but we are getting a return of Mace Windu, but that wasn't announced at Celebration. We are getting some new Mace Windu content, which is cool.
That's a W. That's a W in my book.
Yeah.
Like Jedi.
We can do it. I mean, people have fallen out of very high things in Star Wars and lived before. I am 100% on board of bringing fucking Mace Windu back. Like, hey, listen, we did it with Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And he got fucking chopped in half.
Yeah, so like, come on.
So, and all
can do it.
Fell out of a tall
got
space.
knocked out of a window.
Nah,
Shit, he
that
just
ain't
fell on a
shit.
speeder like car on Coruscant.
We're talking about a
and-
fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
This
We're
is
talking
very
about fucking
good.
Jedi Master.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Fell?
play Fallen Order.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
They land
Hell
on
yeah.
shit all the time randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fall really far. And Mace Windu has fallen really
Really
far.
far.
Yep.
And so I'm okay with it.
He gonna be all right.
Yeah.
He's
He
fine.
back.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about him.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Mace Windu. Shout out Sam Jackson.
Rochelle.
Yeah, I also have Star Wars stuff, but it's probably considered maybe like old content at this point, but I think it's worth revisiting. Game came out in 24. Are they fighting? What happened? Uh-oh.
what are you guys
He doesn't like that I introduced you
That
because
was
he's the host.
crazy. Drew wasn't even done technically.
He was done. He said, "And yeah, that was blah, blah, blah." And he was. I could tell he was
gonna
wrapping
get
up.
to Rachel.
Okay, sorry. Rachel, what do you got for us?
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
Well, this is gonna be Josh's last show, I guess. So
Bye, Josh.
not because we're kicking him out. I just don't think that Tremane's
I'm
gonna
gonna
let him live.
No, I don't think he's coming back. Look at those eyes. Damn. Damn. So I don't remember when in 24 Outlaws came out, but
I feel like it's that old. I
don't-
feel like it was a fall.
maybe.
It was I want to say 24.
I know it's 24.
Yeah.
I just don't remember when, but
I want to say it and Dragon Age Velgar aren't that far apart.
okay. Fair
And
enough.
now it's Halloween.
Maybe
is
it's just
when-
that time went so slowly for me in 24.
August.
August? Okay.
Yeah, it was
okay.
a fall release.
Oh, that was a crazy month for me.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why. That I'm just I don't
to
know.
be fair, August feels like a very
lifetime
long
ago.
time.
It does feel
Oh,
like
sure.
an eternity
That's
ago.
because we live in Ohio. And
Also
the
that.
winters
08.
drag.
That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, great. It's not too terribly outdated.
No.
There's 2 points that I kind of wanted to bring. First of all, I don't know how familiar everybody is at the table with Outlaws
I'm
and
familiar
its
with
story.
it. I
and
haven't
its-
gotten to play it. It is on my list.
The important piece is there's a couple minor important pieces. Minor important? They feel minor, but they are important. One, it takes place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So we are in the Luke Skywalker era. He's got a new beverage, kids. We're in the late Luke Skywalker era,
He got a
right?
bum.
And I think that's just super important. And the other portion of this that I think is super important is that it takes place. You have a fake ID that gets you off fucking planet. You have to steal a fake ID to get off planet, and you are trying to exist like a common person in the city. All right. Couple different planets overall that you've seen. So there's 2 planets that I've seen so far, I should say, in about 4.5 hours, 5 hours.
Okay.
And one, this is a really unique game for me in that you're just picking which crime syndicate you want to run with. And like, there's no way to play anybody that's really that good, quote unquote good.
A good person.
No, it's not. It's and that's the thing, is the question of morality based on the experience that they are having in the environment that they are subjected to, and that's why I fucking love it. So you have to make choices because you are wanted. You got to get the fuck out of here, and you're just trying to survive. And it's also the only thing you've ever been taught is how to roll with the punches and do a crime, do a little stealing,
You're a street rat.
You're Aladdin, baby.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm with it.
Female protagonist.
Okay, I'm in now.
It's not a true. It is an RPG in that you can make decisions that impact the story of who you are running with.
Okay.
But you are still a character with a backstory. You
Right.
are not picking and choosing. You're not making a character that's reflective of you. You are still playing as Kay, who, by the way, has the cutest fucking critter companion I've ever seen in my life. I thought BD1 was my favorite, and boy, oh boy, are they close.
Boy, oh boy.
Hey, you like the Mickey call back there? You like that? Yeah, okay. I've also been playing Dreamlight Valley. I have 63
I was gonna say
hours.
I didn't know if you were done with that or what.
No,
the
fuck
dealio
no. I'm going to be playing the shit out of that tomorrow.
for the rest of my life.
I'm playing Outlaws when Sammy's around because I have converted my wife to Star Wars. So,
Yes.
what? No, she thanks me. It's all right. Anyway,
I know about converting your wife to Star Wars. My wife looked at looked at a kyber crystal on a necklace and went, "That's a kyber crystal," and I went, "Yes."
that's fucking awesome. So yeah, this is going to be a unique spot for me because Red Dead you can choose. I mean, again, still you are an outlaw, but you're really wanted by one person or per group, one entity, right? The law,
Yeah.
right? In this instance, it's, well, I'm going to do the job for the Hutts, which I hope doesn't piss off this group that I've already been working with because I
Right.
really need the credits, right? So like there's this balancing act, and you have meters of what standing you're in with each of these syndicates, which I think is super fucking cool. It's very open. The world exploration's awesome.
That's cool.
Here's what I find interesting. Outside of the broken, buggy issues at release, which is a quintessential Ubisoft move. It's classic. Ubi pulls this shit all the fucking time. It's broken. Oops, we fixed it.
Yeah.
But this game is still getting fucking dogged.
Okay.
People in a lot of corners of
Sure.
gaming. Like, the reviews of it, bad. Like, in a lot of different areas. And it's funny, they can't seem to pinpoint why.
They all like those weird, vague, bad reviews.
And
those are the worst.
And it's not about the fact that the mechanics are broken, because they fixed them.
Sure.
Now, is it the cleanest game I've ever played? No, but I don't expect it to be, because why? It's a stealth, you're playing stealth to do a sneak and do a crime.
Right.
And get out. You shoot the blaster on stun, maybe you gotta shoot the blaster not on stun a few times, and then you run away, right? Like,
Did the accent come out of that or something?
Shoot the blaster. I wonder if
Gots
people are
to go,
comparing
right?
it to
Like-
like the recent Star Wars release games like Fallen Order or whatever, and they're
I don't know.
just not as good, or
I don't know if it's that. My wonderings, observations, questions. And I'm jaded.
Green?
I'm jaded because of interactions with plenty of not amazing Star Wars fans.
Interesting.
Do we think we know where I'm going with this? Female protagonist.
Sure.
And
Is the game too woke?
And I think the game's too woke. There's a character that has they, them pronouns. I think people are getting pissed off about things that they don't want to name, because it's very interesting to me that
you think the game is too woke.
No, I have no issue with that whatsoever.
You think that
You think that
I
they
think
think that the
these-
game is too woke.
I think that these because first of all, I've seen some nasty shit on
yeah,
in
yeah.
you know,
Sure.
but it's very odd because I experienced this during the whole retelling the Rey saga, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
I watched it like just it's weird. It's like they don't want to name it. Like they have all of these really skirt around weird objections to the series, and it's just I don't know if it feels too close to home.
Sure.
So it makes me jaded, and I'm just like, yeah, this is why you fucking hate the game. Or if it's a fair observation, because I just can't ever get a guy or a lady that is upset about whatever to pinpoint and go,
That.
it's this. It's the mechanics. It's the mechanics that are still broken. Well, they're not still broken.
Yeah.
It's that I don't like that it's a stealth game. Well,
you knew what it was.
you knew what it was,
Yeah.
right? Like,
That's
it feels
the Cars review that says I couldn't get past the fact that they were talking cars.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like it's really tough for me to go. Okay, then what else would it be?
So
Why
I
don't you
have-
just name it?
I have a small dog in this fight. As a fan of a game that is also woke, that came out pretty close to that one. It's so Dragon Age Vanguard, obviously. Gameplay was smooth at launch. I bought launch title. Like
Okay.
pre-release, downloaded, played the same day. Smooth. Looking at reviews of it. Also can't really pinpoint what they didn't like about it. Only insult I found, so to speak, is that it feels like God of War. Okay.
Yeah.
God of
great-
War,
great
God of War is
franchise.
a great game.
Yeah, God of War was
So,
amazing.
Rachel, how do you feel about the gameplay?
I think it's great.
You think it's great.
I really do. I mean, my expectation of it is not explicit. Like, I don't expect super smooth combat precision experience in like firing a blaster, right? Like, I expect to hit my target when I'm aiming at it, but I don't expect every mechanic like I would in a Fallen Order or a Survivor to be perfect, right? Like, I expect smooth. I expect to be able to jump to the place that I say I want to jump to, and for it to feel natural and not to look bad, right? Like, I expect my expectations are what I would consider average. Like,
Yeah.
I have not like. I don't have huge expectations of precision on every single piece of.
And see, that's where I'm going to play the devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Like, we got two. I haven't played what's the Survivor. I haven't played
yeah.
Survivor yet, but I've played a bunch of Fallen Order, and it's amazing.
Sure.
Right, and I'm
Yeah.
sure Survivor is better, probably. Right, so expectations are up here for Star Wars games, and this is the newest release of a Star Wars game. So when expectations are up here, your expectations were here probably, right, for this type of game. And when expectations are here and the game delivers right where you were expecting it to be, you love it. The people up here who have played the two former games, I mean, it could be that it's too woke for them, or it could just be their expectations were not met in this type of game.
I struggle. I hear you
Yeah.
in like an expectation bar. I struggle to say that you should expect a Fallen Order experience out of a stealth open world RPG that focus on the focus is on narrative and less on combat.
Well, I think.
Do you see like
Yeah.
like that's
I think-
that's where
I get
I'm
where
like,
you're coming, but
like,
it's still Star Wars, and it's still the newest. It's still the newest game. You know, like I just think that inherently expectations are going to be high for something like that, and when it doesn't deliver, then yeah, there's probably.
But is that a Star Wars fan problem or the game designer's problem?
It's definitely not the game
It's a
designer's
Star
problem.
Wars fan problem.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
That is absolutely what I was going to say. I think it's you take all these
sandwich?
glasses and all the glasses are part of it, right? And so first off, with everything Star Wars, there is going to be the glass of this. I wrote this fan fiction in my head 14 years ago, and this isn't it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one you made isn't the fan fiction that I wrote in my head 14 years ago, and I now feel disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a really fun fact about me. I am in that glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Which is fine.
If you think about, and not about this game.
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
just
but,
saying
like, on
in
the whole,
general,
yeah.
when a new Star Wars thing comes out, unless it's just in an era that we've not touched or it's all new, like, I've got ideas, right? I've got ideas about the way the characters are. I got ideas about the way that things should go. I got ideas, right? The fun thing about me as a Star Wars fan is I just love being in Star Wars. So and the thing that I like about Dave Filoni at the helm of Star Wars the most is he and I do not think of the same stories to tell with characters in Star Wars. So when I'm armchair fan fictioning of Star Wars, and when Dave Filoni took his armchair fan fictioning of Star Wars and turned it into an actual career, we didn't come up with the same solutions.
Right.
But what we like about Star Wars is the same thing, and so he's challenging everything I thought something should be to be good, and this is what I liked about Rian Johnson's version of The Last Jedi so much. That no part of that movie was the expectations of what I thought that movie was going to be, right? But it was. Better's a weird word, but it was intriguing and interesting and caring in a way that I was like, hell yeah, right? So while I'm in that can of Star Wars fans that you did not meet my expectations, I don't take it, if for whatever reason it doesn't make me hate it, it goes, okay, this is interesting in a different way. Now, it can make me hate it if it's just bland and not interesting.
Sure.
Right?
Which is fair.
Which is fine. But then I just tend to go with like, that one wasn't for me.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But so there's that can. That can is a huge portion of it. It's just people that they're not against any, and they're legitimately not against something, whatever. That like it's not bigotry, it's not sexism, it's not anything. It's just head fiction better than real fiction.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's the benefit of the doubt that I would like to give. Until someone on these sites, on these fandom sites, says this is the reason why I hate this game is because it's too woke for me. I personally like to choose the route of like I'm giving. I would like to see the better side of society.
I hear you. To be clear, there are people also
Not
saying
jumping.
that.
Okay, so if
the
there's people
other-
saying that, then yeah, fuck them.
Right,
Like, you're
yeah.
stupid. It's a video game. Get the fuck over it. It's not affecting you in any way. Play the game.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other can is the people that saw John Boyega stand up in the Rise of or in the Force Awakens trailer and went, that doesn't look like a stormtrooper to me.
How do you?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And like that shit has also been present
Yeah.
in Star Wars. And just to be clear, like I've been at the conventions. I've seen the not so vaguely Nazi flags that just have like the Empire symbol replaced in them and stuff like that. Like there is unfortunately a very small subset. And just to be very clear, that's not at Celebrations. That shit is not. But like at other comic conventions where you go by, you're like, wait, what was that? And you're like, oh, okay, all right. I see what happened.
Okay.
That was definitely one of them, huh?
Yeah. And like there is that subset of the fan base too, right? And then there's the third one with every time you have something in nerd culture now, where it's people that don't give a shit about it. They tangentially have a maybe childhood nostalgia for a part of this, and they're just now looking at it as like a thing to be outraged about, right? Whether it's socio-political,
complain just to complain.
or complain to just complain, or it's just like just because there's something missing. Oh my goodness, there's something missing in their in life, and it's just like this is going to be the thing.
Yeah.
And so
You'll have that with anything.
You'll have that with anything. So I do think that there's something to it.
Yeah.
However, like.
The ick exists. What I was curious was to get your guys' thoughts on for sure was like where else, because where else does it come in and like spin and bottleneck in to be like where do games like this that I typically go, I have no issue with this whatsoever. I'm trying to like just get a sense for like maybe what you've already laid out. So that's helpful.
Yeah.
My on a positive note that I think you'll all find interesting and what I especially like about this game is that most Star Wars games tell you the story of the hero, the person who is going to save the day with the big name and the big weapon and the blah.
Yeah.
This game is about what it's like to live while that shit's not fixed yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it like to survive?
That's fire.
Exactly. What is it like to survive in this environment that it's like kill or be killed, baby, eat or be eaten, right?
Yeah.
And like that to me is the crux of what Star Wars is really about, which is what the fuck are we fighting to save?
Yeah.
And it's the people that need a better life than just trying to pick the pocket of a stormtrooper real quick and then go make a deal with the Hutts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so cool. And that is what grabbed me immediately. I was like, oh fuck, that's what this is about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So like, not to like, bring up the current state of the world or anything, it seems like the perfect story to tell right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where I think where your radar going off and going like, why so many? Why so critically panned? And I do think, and I'd have, again, this fact check me, whatever. I do think the review bombing is starting to curve back up. People are revisiting the game. All the people like myself that just went and looked at a quick review, not what the reviews were about, and were like, ooh, gosh, all right, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Right, to touch that. And
Because
maybe even
that's me.
Yourself as well, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
ooh,
me too.
okay,
Yeah.
Here's another Ubisoft released a game before it was done.
Yep.
Right? And just take that at face value because I've dealt with that interaction before myself.
Yeah.
And been
Exactly.
Like, you guys should have, this needed to bake
What
another
were you
year.
doing?
And the
Right.
interaction is coming more and more common just across the board.
Right. So I went like, maybe I'll skip that one.
Yep.
Right. But like on initial onset was like, oh, that character looks cool. The idea of what they're telling here. I mean, we're getting ready. Tomorrow is the drop of Andor season 2. That story is exactly in that plane. Right. So like, the question then becomes like, okay, let's exclude the people that this is taking place in something they knew and this fan fiction doesn't align with the fan fiction they wrote from there. That'll be 10, 15%, okay? Where are we finding out? And then there'll be, so many people that the game's not for them. Where are we finding out? Why are we hanging around 40% still? And is it really because like this Han Solo is a lady? Right? Like,
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's the cool part. The cool part is like the same thing that a lot of Star Wars fans that I don't think had anything to do with like a negativity towards wokeness didn't like about the character that Benicio del Toro played in Last Jedi, DJ, right, was like he's introduced to you as this smuggler, cavalier, Han Solo guy, right? And he fucks him over.
Yeah.
Like hardcore, just like
Straight up.
just straight up screws them over, and all the fans were like, "But the Cavalier smuggler guy is
supposed to be the good guy.
Supposed to be a good guy," and it's like, well,
Not always.
not always, right? And
He's a cavalier smuggler.
He's right, and like. I loved the fact, and like, I mean, it's even partly like trope in Star Wars fiction, like like in Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO.
Yeah.
Smugglers were on the same side as the Jedi.
Yep.
And then bounty hunters or the Mandalorians,
Yeah.
but they called them bounty hunters, were on the side of the Empire.
Right.
And like. That was so stupid to me because it's like smugglers and bounty hunters aren't good and bad version of the thing, right? And we're not telling stories in Star Wars like that anymore, right? We have the Mandalorian, who is a bounty hunter, who is unequivocally like leaning more light, right? I mean, he's literally got a Jedi as a son, and
It's a son for
It's
sure.
a son
it's
for
a
sure.
son. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a son. And I think like seeing characters like DJ, and I think a story like this where we get to literally see that play out and be like, and yeah, I think this character's probably meant to be more on the Han Solo side of things, where like the balancing act of how everybody's doing.
Yeah.
But I think that stuff is the meat and potatoes. Whether it is like a clone commander that should be nameless that we're learning about their struggles, or that's what I loved so much about The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Was that it took the whole chosen one hero fantasy and went, what do you expect me to do? Take on the entire First Order with a laser sword?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like, that's kind of silly to tell in stories nowadays.
Right,
And
for
as much as I will argue Star Wars is anime, because Star Wars is fucking anime. All the tropes, all the stuff. Everything is more interesting when you have layered characters. Everything is more interesting when you have actual stakes and you talk about like social issues and without like being trite about it, right? Like you don't have to be like, and this is, but like it's cool to see a game that you look at the world that's going on right now and you go like, man, sometimes people do bad things for a good reason, right? Sometimes people do good things for a bad reason,
right?
And a game where you get to explore that place and a character in a universe where it's not like modern warfare and it's like, oh no, now it feels gross.
Right.
You know, but you get to...
It's too real.
Yeah, you get to learn something and try something. I think that's rad. So like, I mean, if anything, that just sells me on it way harder.
Yeah, I think you'll love it.
And I think it should sell everybody on it way harder. You know, the only thing is like, you know, do respect by it, right? Like, I don't want to see female protagonists be like, I don't want to see a female protagonist just be a gendered swapped Han Solo,
right?
Like if that's
oh,
happening,
that's not what's happening,
and, right? but they could be doing, and then that would be a legitimate complaint where we're like, man, you just like you made a Han Solo game and then went like, okay, we'll. You know,
make her a lady.
We'll make her a lady, right, or something like that, or which is sometimes a valid criticism of maybe some of the newer Lara Croft games.
Sure.
Where it's like, okay, you made an Indiana Jones game, and,
right?
And so that stuff, but that's never where they might frame it that way at the same, but deep down it was like I was never touching that because it's a girl.
Yeah.
And girls scare me.
Well, people, homies, hombres, I've been Tremayne, the Stone Johnson. That's not my real last name, by the way. And this, I'm sorry to break that to you.
It's laughs.
It's laughs. It's Tremayne laughs, governmentally. And this has been the SydeQuest show about games.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I think that's where he wants you to be.
Okay, all right.
It's my happy spot.
Okay.
Show about game people that play them. Make sure you follow the show. Like, comment, share, subscriptions. All 4 of them. And have a good one. Bye!
So wait, your last name is not actually Stone?